In the small town of Blackwood, there was an old school that had been abandoned for years. The locals whispered about its dark past, about the terrible things that had happened there many years ago. It was said that a man had gone on a killing spree, murdering dozens of students and teachers before finally taking his own life. No one knew why he had done it, but the horror of that day had stayed with the town for generations. Years went by, and the old school became nothing more than a legend, a cautionary tale parents told their children to keep them from misbehaving. But then, one day, a group of teenagers decided to explore the abandoned building. At first, they were excited by the prospect of exploring a place with such a dark history. But as they walked through the hallways, they began to feel a sense of unease. There was something about the place that made them feel like they were being watched. As they explored the old classrooms and auditoriums, they heard strange noises coming from the shadows. Footsteps, whispers, and the sound of doors creaking open. And then, they found the old gymnasium. It was dark, and the air was thick with the stench of decay. But what really caught their attention was the graffiti on the walls, graffiti that seemed to have been written in blood. Suddenly, they heard a loud banging noise. They turned around and saw a figure standing in the doorway, a figure wearing a hooded sweatshirt, with his face obscured. The teenagers screamed and tried to run, but the doors slammed shut, trapping them inside. They were trapped in the old school, with no way out. As they wandered the dark halls, they saw the ghostly images of the students and teachers who had been murdered so many years ago. They heard their screams, and the sound of their bodies hitting the ground. And then, they saw him, the man who had gone on the killing spree so many years ago. He was standing in front of them, holding a bloodied knife. The teenagers tried to fight him, but he was too strong. One by one, he killed them, their bodies piling up in the old school. And then, when the last of the teenagers had been killed, the man disappeared, leaving behind only the cold, empty halls of the old school. The legend of the Blackwood School had become a reality once again.